We are live. Welcome to Horror Talk Live, episode 22. My co-host Troy will be right with us. He had to run downstairs to grab something. Happy Friday. It's always good when it hits Friday, thank God. Tonight we are going to talk about an anthology horror film. This was Troy's pick, and we're going to talk about none other than Trick or Treat. Before we get into it, we're going to go through some horror news and talk about some movies that we've seen, some physical media that I've picked up since the last time we were together, some watches for the Halloween season. It's my favorite time of year, as many of you know. Hello? As many of you know. What's up, Kurt? Mom? We do this live here, folks, and you know why? Because you get to laugh at all the mistakes, all the awkward pauses that we have. But it's kind of the fun way to do this. That's why we call it Horror Talk Live, because we do it live. There's no editing. It's just you get what you get. We'll see how it goes, and that's about it. Now, until Troy comes back, he'll be right back. He has to run downstairs for a second. Good evening, Brandon. Good evening. Me and Troy just got done watching Trick or Treat. Now, it's a movie I've seen many, many times. This was Troy's second time watching it on that Arrow 4K right there over my left shoulder. If you don't have it and you're a fan of the movie and you like 4Ks and physical media, it looks gorgeous on the Arrow 4K. Do it live, Brandon. That's right. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Tell me in the chat if you know who that is. I know who that is. Brandon, I'm assuming you know who it is. Also, do me a favor. Before we get into some news here, I got a little bit of horror news I want to go through. Do me a favor. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Join me here. I greatly would appreciate that. As I say, with every review or every video I put up. But especially hit the like button. There's also a hype button now. I don't know if it shows up on these live streams. I don't know what it does. But if you feel so inclined, hit that. I would appreciate it. I don't know if it helps. It's a little ambivalent what it does. I'm not sure. What's up, sis? Yeah, Troy will be right back. He is with us. He had to run downstairs for something, but he will be back momentarily. Yeah, Brandon, the 4K is definitely worth picking up. It looks gorgeous on 4K. So yeah, let's get into some horror news. I wrote some horror news topics down I wanted to talk about. And then we'll get in some movies that me and Troy had seen. Actually, we only saw one since the last time we were together, but it was an anniversary screening. We'll talk about that because it was Troy's first time seeing that film. But yesterday they dropped a brand new trailer for the brand new Silent Night, Deadly Night remake, which I'm very excited about. It's a remake of the 1984 controversial at the time Silent Night, Deadly Night. Brandon, I believe you just watched this movie for the first time, and the original movie is definitely batshit crazy. For sure. Yes, Troy has a soccer game at 9 o'clock in the morning and 2:30 in the afternoon. So tomorrow is going to be a soccer Saturday for sure. Before we come home, go get some dinner and then come home and watch some horror films. But yeah, tomorrow we're going to be a little busy with some soccer games. One at 9 o'clock in the morning, which is going to be good times trying to get Troy up because he's a teenager now and on weekends he wants to sleep till 11 o'clock. So he's going to have to get up at 7:30 tomorrow morning. He's not going to be happy about that. But yes, they dropped a brand new trailer for the brand new Silent Night, Deadly Night that comes out December 12th of this year. They are releasing it unrated into the theaters. This is produced by the same team that produced Terrifier 2 and 3. This is directed by Mike P. Nelson. Mike P. Nelson directed the 2021 Wrong Turn movie, the reboot movie, which I actually kind of liked. It's way different than the original movie, but I kind of like that one. And he just directed Sweet Revenge, the Friday the 13th short that was released on the Jason Universe YouTube channel. If you haven't seen that yet, check it out. It's about 13 minutes long. I thought it was pretty cool. Nothing groundbreaking, but definitely something to whet the appetite until they make a new movie, which they just released last week that they're in development on a brand new Friday the 13th film, which I'm excited about. I want to see Jason back on the big screen. We'll have all of them done, Silent Deadly Night series, before the clock strikes midnight on Halloween. Brandon, you are a warrior. A cinema warrior. Did you get what you needed?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going over some movie news. I was just talking about the Silent Night, Deadly Night remake that comes out in December. The trailer dropped yesterday. This movie also stars Rowan Campbell he's playing Billy, but he was also in Halloween Ends as Corey Cunningham. I'm going to be dropping a Halloween Ends 3-year anniversary review this week. We'll see how I feel about it now. I've only ever seen it twice. I know it was very controversial, but I'm going to do a deep dive on it coming up this week. So be on the lookout for that as well. Today, they just announced a wrap production on the brand new Evil Dead movie, Evil Dead Burn. Wrap production is coming out July 24th of 2026. I really liked Evil Dead Rise a lot. I thought there was a lot to like about that film. They definitely didn't shy away from the gore and the carnage. So I'm excited to see what they do with this new film. I don't think it has anything to do with, from what I understand, there's nothing to do with Evil Dead Rise. So it's like its own thing, like a lot like Evil Dead Rise was. So we'll see how that turns out. So next summer, we will have a brand new Evil Dead film. And I'm all for that. Although I don't know, another trailer that just dropped was the brand new Sam Raimi horror movie that comes out in January called Send Help, starring Rachel McAdams. That looks really good. Kathy just noticed you're wearing it. Yep. He got that at Universal Studios. And the Terrifier Haunted House was the best one they had, hands down, no doubt. Today they also announced John Carpenter, the master of horror, my favorite horror director, one of my favorite directors, period, is going to be executive producing a new horror anthology series. It's produced by Elevation Pictures and Storm King Productions. That's run by his wife, Sandy King. Sandy King and John Carpenter executive produce it. So that's kind of exciting news. I don't know when it's going to premiere, but they're in development right now. And I think the first season take place in Alaska, but it is an anthology show. So like each episode will be a brand new episode. So exciting news. Whenever Carpenter's involved with a horror movie or horror something, it's always exciting news. So we'll see where that goes. And I have not seen Weapons yet. I know, Brandon, you've seen it. I don't know if anybody else has seen it out there. But Weapons hits, if you haven't seen it yet and you have HBO Max, it drops on HBO Max on October 24th. So I'll be able to watch it soon because I have HBO Max. Now, this weekend coming up, horror movies that are coming up, The Black Phone 2 dropped today, and I'm going to go see it on Sunday. I'm excited about that because I do like the first film. Shelby Oaks comes out next Friday, and Shelby Oaks is directed by a YouTuber, Chris Stuckman, and I actually, full disclosure, I will do a review on the movie because I plan on seeing it next weekend, but I did donate money towards the making of that movie. I just got my poster the other day, and I'll get a Blu-ray when the Blu-rays are available. That was included in the package that I purchased to fund the movie. So when I do review it, I'll say it again, but I did, full disclosure, I did help fund the movie. I did in a small way. I didn't give him a lot of money, but I gave him some money to make that movie. But I'm excited to see it. I've heard some good things. And then November 14th, the new Osgood Perkins horror film, Keeper, drops in cinema. So I'm excited about that. So we have a couple good horror movies. I'm excited about what we got left in the rest of this year. I'm really excited about this Silent Night, Deadly Night remake. It's unrated, so I'm hoping they just go for it. It looks like they're going to go for it. That new trailer looks like it gets pretty bloody. So I'm really excited about seeing that. Troy watched the trailer. What do you think?
It looks pretty good.
We're going to have to watch the original before we go see that one. Brandon just watched the original, and it's bad shit crazy, but in all the kind of glorious 80s way. Now, like I said, since the last time we were together, I took Troy a couple weeks ago to see I can't believe it's 20 years already. Jesus, it makes me feel old because I saw this opening night, Friday night, the year it came out. I took Troy to see a 20th anniversary screening of The Devil's Rejects for his first time. He's seen A House of a Thousand Corpses. We did that last month. So I took him to see The Devil's Rejects. And Troy, what did you think of The Devil's Rejects?
It was pretty messed up.
Did you like it, though?
Yeah.
Are you interested in seeing Three from Hell? The third movie?
I heard it's not the best.
It's not as good, but I have it, so you might as well watch it. I mean, it's not as good as Devil's Rejects, but we walked out of the theater and I asked Troy, I'm like, what'd you think? And he looked at me, he goes, that was way more messed up than I thought, and it's probably the most messed up movie I've ever seen. I'm like, more messed up than Terrifier? He's like, yeah, I think it is. But yeah, we both enjoyed it. It was a cool screening. It's cool to see it on the big screen once again. Again, I saw it opening night back in 2005 with my buddy Rich, Mike, Chuck, and a couple other people that we're friends with. We all went to see it. So Brandon, the old man, the guy that plays Grandpa in Silent Night, Deadly Night, is the tree farmer from Back to the Future. That is the same actor. He is the guy with the pine tree farm that Marty crashes in his barn. It's being when he goes back in time and Back to the Future. Same actor, buddy. It's crazy, but yeah, he is in Back to the Future as the pine tree farmer. The Twin Pine Malls, where the Twin Pine Malls was built, that was the guy who played the farmer that Marty got shot by. Well, he tried to shoot Marty because he thought he was an alien. But yeah, same actor. Three from Hell isn't awful, Kurt. If you like the movies, you'll dig it. It's just not as good as House of a Thousand Corpses or The Devil's Rejects. I mean, but there's some entertainment there. The problem is Sid Haig is in the movie for maybe a minute because he was very ill at the time. Now they brought Richard Brake in as another family member, and he's always entertaining. But you could tell it had a lower budget. Zombie didn't have a lot of resources to make it, and it's okay. It's okay. It's worth a watch, but it's not nothing great. But I have it on 4K. I bought it when it first dropped, when they released it, and I got it pretty cheap too. I think I got it for like $15. But it's worth a watch if you get a chance. And there is speaking of new movies, I want to check it out. There's a new movie on Tubi, R.L. Stein's Pumpkinhead. Has nothing to do with the Stan Winston Pumpkinhead. But it's more like a family horror movie, but it looks pretty interesting. I want to check that out. Hopefully, maybe I'll be able to sneak it in before Halloween, and I'll review that one too. I never read the book. If there's a book based on it, R.L. Stein wrote, I'm guessing there is, but I don't know anything about the book. I just know it's not Stan Winston's Pumpkinhead. It's a totally different thing. But it just dropped on Tubi, I think, today or the other day. So if you have kids out there and you're looking for a starter horror movie, that might be a good one to check out.
Scream.
Well, Scream's a good R-rated starter horror film. I don't know if it's young kids. I don't think it's a good starter horror film. You know what I mean? There's family-friendly horror films you can go.
I think it would be.
Troy would show his kid Terrifier if he could.
No.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
Show him Scream, and then let's see where that takes us.
What are you going to show Reed on Halloween night?
Next question.
Okay. It's not going to be Terrifier, though. You're supposed to watch Scream with him. I don't know why you're not just going to do Scream and something else. You can go to Friday the 13th, Part 6 is although that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, does it, to go right to 6?
No,
it doesn't, does it? God damn it. By the way, since it's October, tell me in the chat what are some of your favorite movies that you have to get in before Halloween or by Halloween. Mine are usually, the obvious ones are Halloween 1, 2, 3, Halloween 4. I've watched Halloween 6, H2O. Well, we've watched Terrifier. We watched all 3 of them recently. Trick or Treat that we're talking about tonight is always one I have to get in. American Werewolf in London, which I haven't got in yet. Creep Show is another great Halloween horror film because it's set at Halloween. I watched Bad Moon. Dark Knight of the Scarecrow, if you've never seen that, that's a good one. It's a TV movie from the early 80s. It's really cool. Nightmare on Elm Street. I'm going through the Nightmare on Elm Street 4K box sets. I have that now. So I'm up to 3. I'm going to do 4 this week coming up. So yeah, lots of fun stuff. I just watched Halloween 3 the other night, but tell me some of your favorite movies to watch this time of year. I think you would appreciate that as we're going to get into 2007, although it didn't drop on DVD until 2009, and we'll talk about that. Trick or Treat. Yes. Now, you've seen this is your second time watching it.
Yeah.
We've watched this, last year we watched this a Halloween time, I think?
Yeah.
When I first got the 4K last year, we watched it. Yes. Okay. This was written and directed by Michael Daugherty. He was a writer on X2, X-Men United back in 2003. He was also a writer on Superman Returns in 2006. He wrote and directed this movie in 2007. Sadly, Warner Brothers it was supposed to come out October of that year, but Warner Brothers took it off the schedule and released it straight to video in around October of 2009. Sadly. And then he would go on after this to do Krampus in 2015. He writer director on that one. I actually like Krampus quite a bit. And Godzilla King of the Monsters in 2019. They did announce a Trick or Treat 2, but that was like 4 or 5 years ago now, and there's been no movement on it, so I don't know if we'll ever see it. But we'll talk about that towards the end of this live stream. In this film, we got a pretty good cast here. Anna Paquin plays Laurie. Yes, that character's name is based on Laurie Strode out of Halloween. Brian Cox plays Mr. Krieg, and we'll talk about his look in the film. There's a reason why he looks like that. Dylan Baker plays Steven, who's a complete psychopath. Would you not say? And Leslie Bibb plays Emma, and she makes the tragic mistake of blowing out a pumpkin early on Halloween night. And it kind of pisses off Sam, won't you say?
Just a little bit.
Sam didn't dig that. Nope. Trick or Treat, when it came out, was not that we haven't had some anthology films. Yes, it will happen eventually, yes. I love Creepshow. I like Creepshow 2. Creepshow 2 is not as good as Creepshow 1. I like Tales from the Dark Side movie. I like anthology films. So when this came out, set at Halloween, there was a lot of what was going on with the movie. It was supposed to come out. It got scrapped, yanked from the schedule, they never updated another release date, and then they just kind of quietly put it on video in 2009. And until this past week on the 14th and the 16th, when it played in theaters, it had never had a nationwide theatrical run at all. It played at some festivals, but it never got, until this week when they screened it 2 nights, that was the first time it ever got a theater, which is crazy to me. Now, this was rated R, hour and 22 minutes long, which is the strength of this film. It moves very fast. Had a budget of $12 million. And this is a traditional anthology film. We got a bunch of wraparound stories, and you see characters in and out of other stories, other little movies throughout the runtime. Especially towards the end, when it wraps around at the end, when Mr. Krieg, Sam leaves Mr. Krieg's house, and you see the werewolf girls in the car. You see that little girl that dressed like a witch that the kids were playing a prank on, and she left them there to get killed by the zombie kids. And you see Emma and her husband coming home, Leslie Bibb's character, from the Halloween celebration in town. And I got to say, I wish my town would have a celebration like that for Halloween, where they block off the town square, you could drink some beer, dress up, and just have a good time.
But you'd never go to it.
I know, I like staying at home and enjoying my Halloween decorations, but it would be fun. When I was younger, I would have enjoyed that. Now I'd rather stay at home, enjoy my Halloween decorations, drink beer, and watch horror movies. But back in the day, I would have loved that. That would have been, when I was younger, I would have loved that, and my hometown never did it, and nowhere I ever lived ever did it, so it's unfortunate. But in this movie, I dig it. I dig the aesthetic. I dig what they're going for. And I like the characters here. I mean, you don't get to know you get little insights into them as the movie goes on, especially when it wraps around and you see some new things about characters. But I love all the vignettes or the little movies in the movie. But my favorite probably is, I like the kids in the quarry, but I love the werewolf stuff because I'm a big werewolf fan, and I love that scene, and I'm glad they did it. All those effects mostly practical. And I love how the girls are just peeling off their skin. It's definitely a little bit different flavor for a transformation scene than we normally see. I just like that scene. I don't know. And I love the end. I love it all. I love Mr. Krieg battling Sam. I think that's super cool. It's just like a cat and mouse. And then Mr. Krieg kind of has a change of heart where he hates Halloween. And we know why, because he was the bus driver, which I always loved that reveal. Towards the end, when you see that photo, which you kind of get hints that he was the bus driver, and now he's living this very secluded alcoholic life, with just him and his dog. He's very lonely. His house is all run down. Troy mentioned how many times the house looks like it hadn't been touched in 50 years. It just looked like shit. But Troy, what was your favorite little movie within the movie? If you had to pick one, what was your favorite?
It's probably the fighting scene
With Mr. Krieg at the end and Sam?
Because I like how it goes back to the first little movie.
Well, you see him talking to Steven, like yelling at him about in the yard. Yeah, I love that wraparound that they tied all together. I like Steven's little one when he poisons the kid on the porch for eating the candy.
Yeah, but I like the fight.
I know. I'm not trying to sway you. I'm just saying I like that scene a lot. And I like how they tie it in together at the end when Mr. Krieg's in trouble. And they show it from his perspective, asking Steven for help, and Steven says the same thing to him, screw you, and walks in his house. But then I love when Sam walks out, and then he sees everybody else Rhonda coming back with from the quarry, the girls, the werewolf girls in the car. They almost hit her, and then they see Emma and her husband, and that's when we realize we're back at the beginning of the movie because Sam witnesses Emma blowing out the jack-o'-lantern, and he starts walking across the street, and that's the end of the movie. I love the score. I love the atmosphere is off the charts here. This is some of the best Halloween atmosphere of any movie I've ever seen. For sure. Just the pumpkins, the falling leaves, the feel of it. When the kids are walking to the quarry and you see that field with the pumpkins and the scarecrow, it just looks...
Didn't you say all the pumpkins were either ceramic or foam?
Well, I was going to get there, but thank you for bringing that up. Yeah. Troy brings up a good point. A little trivia. All the pumpkins... Oh, yeah, there's 400 Carpenter references in this movie. When Mr. Krieg, when he's battling Sam, goes, "You got to be fucking kidding me." It's straight out of the Thing that was put there on purpose. As a matter of fact, I'll just say it now. Brian Cox's getup, he wanted to look like John Carpenter. They had the makeup and the hair. He wanted to look like John Carpenter for the movie. That's why he looks the way he does during the film. Well, Michael Dougherty's a big John Carpenter fan, as we all are. Yeah, Halloween 3, I love Halloween 3. Halloween 6 has some really good Halloween atmosphere too. 4, I love 4 in the beginning. The title sequence has some great Halloween, setting up the harvest season and Halloween atmosphere. Love it. I can't get enough of it.
Isn't Halloween 3 the one that does have nothing to do with Michael Myers?
Yes. If you have nothing good to say, shut your pie hole, bud. No. Actually, you didn't mind that movie.
Yeah, I didn't mind it.
Yeah, you gave it a decent score. The problem is, with what a lot of people thought...
I just want to know why they called it Halloween 3.
Well, to dive into the Halloween franchise, after part 2,
Yeah.
Carpenter's idea was to make Michael Myers is dead. Oh, Richie made it. Sam rolls. Sam does roll. We went up Sam for our house. Troy wants us to get... Troy said dress like Sam this year. We should have got you a costume. But he's going to be Jason Voorhees. But he still looks badass as Jason Voorhees. So maybe next year he could be Sam. I know what he wants to be next year. I'm not going to say, but...
Maybe you could be Sam.
I'm a little too big for Sam, but I guess...
like I'm not a little too big for Sam.
You're smaller than I am. Anyway, let's get back to Halloween 2. After Halloween 2, I'm just doing this for Troy's benefit. Carpenter didn't want to do any Michael Myers. He killed him. He blew him up. He's dead. So the idea was to make a horror anthology movie every year that can be a Halloween-based movie. Just it can go in any direction it wanted to go. So you get a horror movie set at Halloween, but it could be anything you wanted to make. And that was the idea.
I don't think that happened.
No, it never did, because Halloween 3, it didn't make some money, but it wasn't the big success they were hoping. And
they could have just made a whole new franchise.
If they would have, well, the whole thing was, everybody said for years, they would have just called it Season of the Witch and not had the Halloween there, they would have been better off. Yeah. So what was your favorite character in the movie?
Which movie?
Trick or Treat.
Sam.
Yeah. What non-Sam character was your favorite character?
The old guy in the house.
Mr. Krieg? Don't let Troy fool you. That's his dream. If he could live in his house and not have to leave, he would do that. Troy would be a shut-in. Oh, I agree, Brandon. I think the studio wasn't going to let them do, or COD wasn't going to let them do it after 3 wasn't well received. So he kind of got Carpenter out and Deborah Hill, and then he took it back in 88 when 4 was, came out. He took it back to basics. Although you gotta give them credit, they did take a shot at the wheel at 3. They let him do it, and it didn't work at the time. Unfortunately or fortunately, depending on your perspective on it. At least now 3 is more well received and more well thought of than it was.
Richie still doesn't like it.
Well, Richie will never like part 3. But I mean, it even took me a long time to come around to it because, when I was little and I saw it, I'm like, where the hell's Michael Myers? And that's what everybody thought. And that was the problem with calling it Halloween 3. I know it's name recognition, but you're kind of setting yourself up for some backlash. And unfortunately, that's what happened. Whether we like it or not, unfortunately, at the time. But, they took, at least they let Carpenter take a shot at doing something different. And yep, see, yeah, I know, Rich. I know your thoughts on 3, Rich. You don't got to celebrate it. But yes, Trick or Treat. Getting back to Trick or Treat, does have a lot of Carpenter callbacks, and even Rhonda's house, where all the jack-o'-lanterns are. When the kids go to look at her house, and that's when they talk her into going with them to the quarry. They based the look on her house on Carrie White's house from Carrie. That was another film that Michael Dougherty really, really liked. So they made, if you look at her house, they only show it in a couple shots that you could get a wide look at it. It does kind of look like Carrie White's house from Carrie, if you've ever seen that film or have seen it recently. Here's a little trivia for you. The kid with the lollipop in the beginning, when the girls are in the Halloween costume store dressing room, his lollipop in his mouth, that kid's name is Quinn Lord. He also played Sam throughout the movie, that kid. So that kid that's spying on the girls changing is the same kid in the Sam getup throughout the film. I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't know that until earlier today when I was doing research for this. And like Troy said, most of the jack-o'-lanterns on set were either made of foam or plaster. When they shot this, it was out of season, so pumpkins were out of season, so they had to make fake ones. But they did a good job. I mean, if you look at them closely, they look like real pumpkins. I couldn't tell the difference. I mean, maybe if I paused it and really examined it, but they look good.
Maybe if you were there, you would have thought differently.
Well, they're also lighting them properly, and they're setting the mood. There's fog and whatnot. It's dark. You can hide a lot of sins when you're doing lighting like that. Like our Halloween decorations. At night, they look a lot better because of the lighting. So, would you like to see a sequel to this movie?
No.
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 Troy's
I think
being.
it's good as how it is. No.
But you'll take 20 more Terrifier sequels. You're only getting one more, though. You're only getting one more. Damien Leone said after the next one, that's it. That's it. Okay? Mm-hmm. Tell me in the chat, what's your favorite vision? Like, what little story? What's your favorite character? Brandon, I know you like Mr. Craig, too. I like Brian Cox as an actor, and I think he nails it there. I like Anna Paquin's character. Like, she acts like this meek girl, very timid. And then when Steven attacks her in the woods, which I love that set, and like the jack-o'-lantern lined path with all the leaves laying there, and I just love the atmosphere of that scene. I mean, Michael Dougherty really did knock this out of the park in terms of Halloween atmosphere. It feels like Halloween. And not too many movies. I mean, there's only a handful of movies that actually nail that, and this is definitely one of them. That's why I watch it every year at this time of year, since I bought the Blu-ray back in 2009 when it came out. But the 4K is definitely worth it. I will say again, if you're a fan of this movie, the 4K is worth the upgrade. I know I say that a lot, but it's true. It looks spectacular, and it's definitely worth it. And Arrow Video does a hell of a good job.
Did you tell them about all the new 4Ks that you got recently?
I mentioned the Nightmare on Elm Street box set.
That's it.
That's all I got.
Texas Chainsaw.
Oh, no, that's
Devil's
right.
Rejects.
Shit. Troy's ratting me out. Hopefully my wife's not watching this. Yes, I also picked up the Devil's Rejects on 4K. The anniversary edition came out. I picked up Texas Chainsaw remake on 4K. The Faculty on 4K because I love that movie. What else did I get? I think that's it.
I think there is one more. But...
Of course you'll say, well, I got F1 and I got Nobody 2 on 4K as well. Those are the other two. Yes. I loved F1, and Nobody 2 was a hell of a lot of fun. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It is available it's available on physical media and it's available on streaming, obviously. And F1's available on streaming too. I think it's hitting Apple if you have their streaming service soon. May have been this weekend. I don't know. I got to watch the John Candy documentary too. I Like Me. I heard it's
What about
amazing.
The Ed Gein one too.
Well, that's on Netflix. That good show. I heard it's good things about that, but I haven't watched it yet. But anyway, back to Trick or Treat. We're getting off topic because Troy's distracted me here. I think it was a ploy.
Had to mention it.
He had to mention it because he wants to throw me under the bus. Yeah, I have too many movies. You can never have too many movies. That's right. You heard me say it. I said what I said.
Do we have room for more movies?
No, I need more space. We're out of room. We're officially out of room at the video store, the Rummel video store.
Mm-hmm.
I also love the score here. The score in this movie is amazing. I love the comic book opening with the pages in that. And this was actually based on an animated short that Michael Dougherty did back in 1996 called Season's Greetings, which featured Sam as a character. And the movie took 40 days to shoot this movie. So it was a quick 40-day shoot. And like I said, this was supposed to come out in October of 2007. There was a trailer out. There was a promotional posters out. And for whatever reason, Warner Brothers just scrapped it, yanked it from the release schedule. Didn't give a reason, kind of buried it. And then there was rumors that they might release it the next year. It never came out. And then finally, in the fall of 2009, they released it on Blu-ray and DVD. And it only cost $12 million. I think this was a huge missed opportunity. I think they would have released this as planned. I do believe this short is on the Arrow 4K. I didn't watch it, but yes, it is on here, Brandon. It is one of the special features. So there you go. You can watch it on the 4K. I just have not seen it yet because I don't have a lot of time to go back through special features. Not as much time as I'd like. Troy's like, why do you get special features? I'm like, they come on the disc. And I like special features. What, my shirt?
No.
If you want to see my shirt, there's my shirt, people.
That's not what I'm going for, but alright.
Yeah, I think Warner Brothers dropped the ball on this one. I think they could have had a nice size hit releasing it at Halloween time on a $12 million budget. They would have made their money back easily, and they would have at least made a profit on this. I don't know why they scrapped it. They never really gave a reason. This was produced by Bryan Singer, and Superman Returns that come out earlier that summer. And there was speculation that because that movie didn't do as well, that Warner Brothers kind of just scrapped this film as well. I don't know if that's true, but it's one of the rumors. So who knows what's true on that front? But I also I got to mention this, Steven's character. We see him kill that kid, the kid from Bad Santa, and bury him in the backyard. And then we see him with his son with the kid's severed head on the table carving a jack-o'-lantern, which is it's a cool reveal that the son is in on what dad's doing. I thought that was pretty cool. And I like how you see him again when they cut to the Halloween party downtown, and he's dressed like a vampire, and he's like killing that girl. And then I like how he's involved chasing Anna Paquin's character down, and then he gets killed. He gets his comeuppance, but
I thought he was dressed as Batman.
it's not Batman. No, it's not Batman. No, he's not dressed like Batman. Did you see a cape? That wasn't a cowl. Well, I guess it kind of was a cowl, but it's different. It didn't look like Batman. What are you talking
Kind
about?
of looked like Batman.
Troy's a little loopy. He had a dance after school. He's dehydrated. I don't know, but
Yeah, I thought it was Batman the first
no,
time I watched it.
it's not Batman, man.
It's Batman.
It's not Batman.
It's Batman.
Okay, in your head it's Batman, but in my eye it's not Batman. All right, Troy's losing it here. I don't know if there's not enough sugar. I don't know what's going on. Have you had a soda today?
No.
It's a little late now to drink one now. You gotta go to bed earlier tonight.
No.
You got a 9 o'clock soccer game tomorrow, dude. 9 a.m. You got to be up at 7:30.
I don't want to go to that game.
Well, you're going to it. You're going. Anyway, besides, you don't need to hear me and Troy argue about if he's going to a soccer game tomorrow. But at the end of the day, I really like this film. The atmosphere, the set design, the acting, the wraparound story, I like it all. The special effects. I know Troy needs his stickers. He's acting like Mickey Rourke or something. He doesn't even know who that is, but if you know, you know. So my rating would be, I would give Trick or Treat a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 for Trick or Treat. What would you give Trick or Treat, Troy?
7 out of 10.
A 7 out of 10? 7 out of 10 from Trick or Treat. From Troy, 9 out of 10 for me. Now, we're going to do a live stream in November. I know last year we did not, but this year we're going to do it. And we thought long and hard, not really, because I knew what Troy wanted to do. So this is what we're going to do next month. It's a fairly recent slasher movie. It's one of Troy's favorites, and that movie is, Troy, show them the box, Thanksgiving, which is poetic because it's going to be Thanksgiving. 8 out of 10 from Brandon. It's a good score, Brandon. Rich gave it a 9. I gave it a 9. Kurt, would you give Trick or Treat? Kathy, Mom and Dad, I don't think they've ever seen it. If they did, they don't remember it. But, so yeah, we're going to do Thanksgiving next month in time for Thanksgiving. A fairly recent slasher movie. We have it on VHS and we have it on 4K. I said to Troy we should watch it on the VHS version because we do have a VCR about 2 feet from where we're sitting. So we're going to do that one because it's going to be 'Tis the Season. Yeah, Mom, I know. At least you've seen this one.
Multiple times.
Don't worry, Mom. We're going to watch it twice next month. Once for that, and then once when you guys come because we got to watch it for Thanksgiving. So it's a tradition now. Got to watch Thanksgiving the night before Thanksgiving at least. A 6, Kurt. Wow. Well, you know, you like what you like, Kurt. Yeah, I love this movie. I love Sam as a character. I wish we would have got a sequel. I don't know if we're ever going to see one. I know they announced it, and they said they were going to... Oh, yeah, thanks. Yeah. You got that on the front, and then on the back you got the John Carver mask. And then you got, like, in the inside, you got a little note page with some writings on it. So, next month is going to be Thanksgiving. I'm excited about talking about Thanksgiving. I like Thanksgiving, but are we going to watch it on VHS?
Okay.
All right. We can watch it on VHS for the live stream, and we can watch the 4K with Nanny and Pappy. How about we do that?
Yeah, okay.
All right. We just got a plan, man. Sometimes these plans come together. I like when a plan comes together. But as for tonight's live stream, that is it. That's all I got. Sorry we got off track arguing about stuff that you didn't need to know about. I'm going to slap Troy around after this live stream's over. I'm only joking, YouTube. I'm only joking. But thank you for joining us. I hope you're all having a great October, and I hope you all have a very happy Halloween. I love this time of year, but I also love Christmas time. So once Halloween's over, we're going to be going right on to Christmas. Takes us, what, about a week to get all the Halloween stuff back over in storage? Yeah, it takes about a week. Yeah.
Well, now it's going to take longer because we have more stuff. But
That's not true. That's not true. Don't let him fool you, folks. Don't let him fool you. He's talking out his butt here.
well, now we have more stuff. Like, that's bigger and you can't put them.
That's erroneous. That's erroneous on all those counts. So, yeah, we'll be on to Christmas by the time we get together again, and Thanksgiving will be right around the corner. But that's it for tonight. I hope you all have a great weekend. Thanks for joining us once again for Trick or Treat, episode 22. Again, before you leave, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the thumbs up. I greatly would appreciate that. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. But that is it for tonight. I hope you all have a great weekend. And we will see you next month. I'll announce the dates probably early November. We'll probably do it probably the week before Thanksgiving, but I will let you all know. Until next time, bye.